legends, I hope you're all fantastic. I can't believe that I'm making this video. I've got an Eventide H3500 on my desk today, and I have to say from the bottom of my heart, a massive thank you to friend of the channel, patron saint of the channel, Mr. Brian Hook, for sending this one over. Absolutely no way I would be able to be doing this kind of stuff without you, Brian. Thank you so much. Everybody get in the comments and send him some love for all his generosity. And I did film an unboxing for this because Brian said to me, hey, I've sent you something. I'm not going to tell you what it is, but I want to know your reaction when it arrives. And yeah, it was a moment, let's put it that way. I got emotional and I've racked it up here. I've got it in a parallel effects loop of my Axe FX3, and we're just going to dive in. I was going to do a super deep dive video on this, but I actually want to do a series on this and eventually get to explore every algorithm on here and some things that you can do with it. Now, if you only use this for the presets, it's an amazing box, but it can do so much more than the presets, and it can do so much more than the micro pitch shift we're about to hear. But let's start with micro pitch shift, because this is the best pitch detune I've ever heard in my life, hands down. That's the sound right there. And you know, I've got an Eclipse here, I've got an Axe FX3, I've got an SPX 90. They all do a thing. They all have their own sound, but the H3000, or in this case the 3500, it has its own sound as well. And I can totally understand why some people absolutely fall in love with that sound, because I have fallen in love with it. It is not the most hi-fi detune I've ever heard. It's not the most detailed detune, but it does the thing that we all think about when we think about that iconic 80s style detune. Now, something that I wouldn't necessarily associate with an H series is this analog delays preset. And I've just lowered the cutoff a little bit. I forget what algorithm this is using. You can come up here and say origin. So this is using the patch factory algorithm, which is really cool. It's like a semi-modular setup where you can route different blocks into different places. There's also mod factory 1 and 2 on here, which are fully modular in there. As I understand it, this was the first multi-effect to do that. So this is really the evolutionary beginning of something like an Axe FX3, which when you play one of these, having come from using all the generations of Fractal stuff like I have, I absolutely love the Fractal system. You kind of get to go back in time and understand the ancestry of it. And you know, like I said, I'm so happy I'm able to do that. So let's just come back over here. This is the analog delays preset, and this is like the opposite of what you would associate with a digital delay. It is lush and warm and just gorgeous. Stunning. What a beautiful sounding delay. There's another delay in here, which I forget where I've put it. Ah, yes, this is using the band delays, and I've set it up for a circular style delay. So I've just plugged in the old lexicon values. There's 8 delays on this particular algorithm. I've just set up 3, pan them where I want them, and this is what we get. And I've gone really hard with the high filtering there, but the way that swings around your head, it sounds different to the lexicon because of the high cut values in there, but I really gravitated towards that particular sound in here. I could have it a lot more bright and hi-fi if I wanted to do that. All right, let's hear the other iconic Eventide pitch thing, the crystallizer. This is just the stock Crystal Echoes preset. It's so lush and glorious, and yeah, you can see why so many people consider this the GOAT. That's coming from a unit that is nearly 30 years old, and there's not many other things, like I said, out there that can do that. Another one which really surprised me was this preset. This one's called Breathing Canyon, and Eventide basically invented the Strymon Big Sky with this one. Check this out. So good. There's gated reverbs like this one. You know, this thing really makes me want to give my all when I'm playing. It's inspiring to play. There's another factory preset which is inspiring to play. This is called H949 Rev 3. The algo that it's using, excuse my creaky chair, is... no, don't remove that preset. So it's another patch factory algorithm in there, one of the kind of modular, semi-modular ones. And this is basically just like instant, you know, late 80s, early 90s Van Halen. I love the way that one sounds. What's the other one on here? Okay, this is probably the coolest patch I've found on here. There's this string modeler algorithm in here, which I don't really know how it works, but this particular patch is just brilliant in my opinion. Check this out. We can kind of build this big chordal pad, and then we can hit trigger and get this really lovely kind of filter sweep on top of it. So let's do that. And I was starting to build up a bit too much level right there. It was starting to clip. I apologize about that. So yeah, there's just like 8 presets that I really, really like. We can kind of dive in. Let's go back to that micro pitch preset down here. And what I can do here is I can add some delays to this. Let's go left delay, 500. Can I do 500 milliseconds? Awesome. I can hit parameter. Let's go right delay. Let's go 375. Nice kind of dual delay happening there. And then I think I have to go mix and right delay. No, I go mix, 100% wet, parameter, levels. Okay, there we go. I want to go to, where's the levels? Here we go. Left delay. No, I think I have to go expert. I'm definitely not an expert on this thing, as you can see. So what do we have here? Levels. Okay, is this it? Is this what I want? Left delay. No, I'm an absolute moron. Look at me be a moron, everybody. I know there's some people in the comments watching this absolutely screaming. Okay, I found it. Let's turn these delays up to about 50%. And now I've got my micro pitch shift and my dual delay. This is my happy place. We'll start with a clean sound and I'll blend it in, then we'll go dirty again. Let's turn those delays up. I'm gonna get my PRS single cut really quickly with this sound. Ultimate cheat codes. That's so good. So that's just tweaking the micro shift in there. What I could do is I could also, let's go back, squeaky chair, and let's set up the pitch delays on this. I can actually have those delayed. So I could set those to like, can I get 200 milliseconds? I certainly can. And let's offset this one and do like 250. So now I've got 2 detune delays and 2 just regular delays. That's crazy. That's crazy good. So that's just in the micro pitch shift. As you can see there, it doesn't just do pitch detune. You can set it up as an awesome sounding, warm lead delay. The other algorithm in here, which I've really, really been enjoying, are just the reverbs, including the kind of roomy reverbs in there. So I'll find one of those and show you what I'm talking about. Here's a good example. This one's just called Dark Room. I've brought the mix down a whole bunch and we get this. If you kind of want that 1987 John Sykes thing, this will pretty much give you that. And my second camera's just died. I think that's a pretty good indicator that I've been waffling on a little bit too long. But like I said, I'm gonna do a bunch of videos with this unit. It is just inspiring. It lives up to the hype as so few pieces of gear do. And I'm just insanely grateful. Again, Brian, thank you so much for sending this thing over. I'm gonna do so many videos with this unit, and I would love to know from all of you, what do you wanna hear out of this unit? What have you read about the H3000 series, but not necessarily heard them do? Please let me know in the comments. I wanna kind of do a regular series with this unit because it feels like the kind of natural evolution of the, I guess, entire series I've been doing over the past years over, I should say, what's it been, a year? It's probably been more than a year. But yeah, it does feel like the natural evolution of just me trying out all this old rat gear. This is the one. This is the one for me. It's got the sound and the features and the spec, and as you kind of heard, I think they're all amazing sounds, and I really just want to showcase this classic piece of gear. All right, thanks so much for watching. I hope you all have a great day. Stay safe, be good to one another, and I'll see you all next time.